この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for ReZero Core 2 of Season 2. And I thought until just recently that we hadn't yet ended Core 2, that the episode that we're about to watch would be the end of Core 2, because we kind of got left hanging with Otto and Subaru getting ready to go and do something, and being uncertain of what that is. It didn't feel like we'd crossed that core threshold. It felt like we were cliffhanged. So I can only imagine how that would have felt watching this as it aired and actually having a big break in between. For me, I can just turn back to it and go, okay, I guess it's not over, or I guess it is over there. Let's go into the next one and find out what actually happens next. Where for a lot of you, it was like, I guess it's over? Because those last couple episodes that we watched, if this was Mushoku Tensei, one of those episodes would be titled Turning Point. Those were table flips of the highest degree. And it brings me to something that you may have noticed as we started this video, that I'm all dressed up, and there's a reason for that. I decided to dress in team colors and dress up for a date, because I feel like I'm here to go on a date with Best Girl, and feels like I didn't realize who Best Girl was until now. And I might be wrong, and that's okay, and we can talk about it, and we can argue about it, and that'll be fun. But up until this point, maybe it was Rem, you know? Maybe it was Emilia. Certainly is in Subaru's heart. We met Echidna, and Echidna threw herself into the running for certain. What an interesting character. There's Betty. We learned some depth of Betty that for some of you definitely puts her in that category. But there's one character who, thanklessly, hopelessly, helplessly, unloved, unseen, unheard, has been helping and loving and seeing and hearing. She's broken, and her way of going about it isn't good. She's more like an ethereal thing, not something that can ever be really embraced, or that can really ever embrace us. An idea. And a broken one. A jealous one. Maybe. But that's only her name. Her actions, her behavior, her being hasn't been revealed to be sinister yet. And despite all the sinister and evil and fear that we've had around the witch of envy, Satella, when she arrives amongst her peers, they welcome her as friend, and when she approaches Subaru, she does so with grace and love and care and compassion. Misaligned, maybe. But that's something I can always forgive. In her, I see love that is so great that it breaks. So I'm dressed up for a date with Best Girl. With the one who embodies death, or brokenness, or something. Maybe it will be that person who looks a lot like her, who is an embodiment. Maybe it'll be Emilia insofar as she embodies all of these characters, all of these aspects. It rings to me of an idea that I've had and haven't played with for a little while. One that filters down from Plato's allegories of the cave. The idea that there are ideal forms that are true. Or concepts that we are resonant with. One of those might be represented as the Great Mother, archetypally, or the Divine Feminine, or something like that. Similarly, a divine masculine, or a heroic embodiment, perhaps genderless. The witches, this framework that we've presented in ReZero, speaks to me of that. We have this other world where there are these representations of broken ideals. And then we have this broken human, this group of broken humans kind of interacting with each other in our real world. And we have this one character who can step beyond those worlds. He's chosen in some way. He's got this repetition idea that's kind of like consciousness. It's kind of like being aware, kind of like being awake. And he doesn't interact with like his own ideal selves because he can't really see them. He interacts with the ideal selves of the feminine characters mostly that he meets. And in learning and understanding those archetypes in this weird tea time spirit world place, he comes to understand better the person who is linked or resonates with all of those archetypes. Because by nature, while we anthropomorphize these sins, these witches, by nature, they are all elements that in historic and literature traditions are elements of each of us, right? So when we have the witches of envy and lust and wrath and all of these things, those are all embodied characteristics, not characters. And they're characteristics of the characters that we actually meet. Emilia, because she is a whole person, is and must embody all of those aspects and all of their flip sides effectively in order to be whole. And Subaru, as someone relating to her, must be able to relate to, see, understand, and comprehend both sides of each of those aspects. Similarly, we, as individuals navigating our lives, must be able to see the ways in which we resonate with things bigger than us. The way that we are monsters and broken, that we are envious and lustful and wrathful, but also the flip sides of those things. The care and compassion that comes with that envy, weirdly. The love and grace that perhaps comes with that lust. The relaxation and calm that comes with sloth. There are these flip sides, these fullnesses that need to be addressed and understood. And to just reject them out of hand because they're scary is to reject the wholeness of the humans that you're interacting with. There's weird shit going on in this show, y'all. And in the context of a couple of fucking seriously table flippy episodes, where the character who is the scariest embodiment of all darkness walks onto the stage and embraces us lovingly as an aspect of the character Emilia, who she sort of is represented by, but is opposites of. Until now, and we realize that they're not so much opposites. That's a hell of a table flip to wrap your head around. And a hell of a table flip for Subaru to wrap his head around. But he does. He manages to. And he comes out of it feeling stronger, more capable, more able, and more ready to do what he needs to do. And he puts himself back into the world, ready, jaw set, ready to go. And he gets absolutely slapped the fuck down by a shocking revelation. The reverse of that flip. The flip was, your enemy is actually your friend. And the reverse is, your friend is actually your fucking enemy. I don't know where Roswaal falls. But he and Subaru are not friends right now. This speaks to something much bigger. One which hasn't pieced itself out yet. Roswaal has positioned himself now as a middling villain or an interim villain. Narratively. There are bigger things at play than him. But it really doesn't surprise me that the terrifying clown wizard is a terrifying clown wizard with evil schemes pulling puppet strings. We knew that from the start. I kind of presented it from the start, like, this dude is a fucking evil clown wizard, and Everybody seems to trust him a whole lot, and that seems weird to me. It's also worth noting that the people who seem to trust him a lot are like, I don't know, broken human peoples who really need support, and he just happened to swoop in at the exact right time. But we find out in a big face heel turn reveal that Roswaal has been the ones sending assassins to the manor. For how long? Maybe the whole time. But definitely for right now. And why? Because he believes that it's the right thing to do. He believes that doing this, by torturing Subaru, by putting him in more and more difficult situations, he will develop him and grow him into a more capable hero. Roswaal has taken that responsibility into his own hands, and in doing so, well, has chosen to play God in a way that he is not. It reeks of people, in part because of the Gospels, of finding a religious text, believing yourself the sole true interpreter of it, and then instigating that interpretation as law, draconian, hard law, in order to enforce it in reality because you know that it's the right way and everyone else is a fool who you just have to guide and shepherd toward the right goal. It's deeply arrogant. It's a perspective that I've maybe verged into a little bit sometimes. But always with this willingness to step back away from it and to not force it. After all, I'm not in a position to try to take authority over someone or force them to bend to my will, let alone to manipulate people and bring them into your house and fucking send assassins after them and the people that they care about. That ain't it, y'all. It's fucked up. But it's very interesting. It's very fatherly. That's a weird thing to say, but Subaru doesn't have parents, right? We interact in a lot of archetypal spaces with figures that are representative. Roswaal's very head of householdy, distant, masculine, powerful beyond our understanding. He's the Disney wild wizard in the Mickey Mouse Fantasia, right? He's the Wizard of Oz as well, behind the curtain you don't necessarily want to know what's there. He's a whole lot of things. But he's also, the patriarch of this household. Subaru finally comes into his own a little bit, and suddenly they're at odds, when up until now Roswaal has been outwardly supportive, and now he reveals that what he's been doing is pulling the strings. It feels, maybe not fatherly, but a similar or a cousin dynamic to that. That's not surprising, huh? Subaru hasn't gotten to really rebel in that way. In his real world, he rebelled passively. Because, honestly, his parents were great, right? It's a big struggle in reality, in the real world today, all the time for teenagers. We're constructed to rebel. It's not the nature of, because your parents are wrong, you rebel. It's because you're 15 to 20. You're going to rebel. It's it's built into you so that you leave the nest, so that you find your own way, so that you don't get locked into tradition. Subaru never got that. Now he kind of gets that, because he's in a place and he just found out that the authority figures kind of suck. Now he's got a reason to fight them. He's got people in this sanctuary that don't make sense, and it finally traces back to the root cause, and it's that guy who's been in charge this whole time and thinks he knows better than you do. But also, it's become clear over a couple of instances that he doesn't know better than you do, that he's fumbling, that he believes so wholeheartedly in the traditions that he's thrown himself into, the books, the things, the way, this is the right way to do it. But he's fumbling. He doesn't know how Return by Death works. That's why he beat the shit out of Subaru last episodes. Or the week before that. He doesn't really understand the things that he's playing with, and he needs Subaru. He thinks he can control and tame and leash him, that he can use him as a pawn on his chessboard, which is, by the way, what I'm about to draw. But he's maybe just fumbling desperately and has been seeking for hundreds of years a way to achieve his goals. Not quite as calm, cool, collected as he presents. A little more chaotic, creepy clown wizard man. Comments. Elias, I love this show. Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I would guess that Satella's love for Subaru is meant to be a direct parallel of Subaru's love for Emilia. Self-sacrificing to the extreme, believed, at least in the beginning, see the bed scene at the very end of Core 1, that because Satella has time-related powers, there was a Subaru that saved her that the Subaru in this time and place can't remember. I would totally buy that the Satella that exists is like a reincarnation of Emilia back in the past and is like actually the time-related Emilia that's now. Certain Maho Shoujo shows make me think of shit like that because it's wild and we already have time fuckery. Because vibes, you know, like the coolest thing you can do with time fuckery is like self-sustaining loopage. So it's like Subaru saved Emilia, Emilia becomes the Satella of the past that is the, you know, in order to like build the world where Subaru will arrive in order to save her so that it loops. So that the love can exist. Like it's a funky thing and I don't have it ironed out, but the idea that the love existing ephemerally but on a loop being enough for somebody who needs that love makes sense to me, even if there's all this torture involved in it. Vibe. Ooh, and frames well with the most potent part of our revelation in the last episode, which is that Subaru's indignation toward this power that he has, toward return by death, why would you torment me like this, is misplaced because what she's doing is not trying to torment him, but protect him. Pretty fucking amazing. Aditya. As I watched this episode for the first time, I remember slowly realizing in horror how the story so far has unfolded in Satella's eyes. She gives the person she loves the one power she knows will enable him to survive no matter how bad things get. Just imagine the horror she feels seeing him use the power she had bestowed with such innocent and simple intent as justification to torture himself. And indeed, seeing it as her torturing him. Absolutely brutal. Rip Curl. One of my favorite things about this arc is how Echidna and Roswaal reflect both Subaru's parents in a twisted way. With Roswaal wanting Subaru to become him, like how Subaru wanted to become like his father Kenichi, where Kenichi just whacks him in the head and reflects on it, Roswaal literally tries to force Subaru to conform to who he is, using any underhanded techniques at his disposal. And with Echidna, how she promises Subaru to get the best outcome in the end of it all, twisting Naoko's words of what matters isn't how it starts or what happens in the middle, it's how it ends, to be the ends justify the means, similar to what you said in your episode 4 breakdown. Fascinating. It's a fascinating flip. Edit also on the Roswaal face paint, you could say that it's his mask, his clown persona, acting all aloof, as when he takes it off, all his real goals and ideals are laid bare, at least by ReZero standards, Lamau, to see. At least that's how I see it. Fucking interesting. Super interesting. Flying Eagle, the point you make here about people being ends in themselves and not merely means to an end and the need to apply that same logic to yourself is actually brilliant. Thank you. And a great way to look at the line Subaru shouldn't cross with a tendency to be overly self-sacrificial. These episodes are episodes. So much happened. They are very dense. The material is probably what I go back to reread and rewatch more than any other part of the story to this point. The unthinkable presents reveal a deeply disturbing possibility for how Return by Death might work. We see all the witches. We see Subaru demonstrate some qualities of a real hero by recognizing the fake Rem as a fake and by rejecting Greed's contract, and we see all 7 witches assemble. Satella's revelation is the need to value yourself reinforced by Otto and Petrash, and then the Roswaal revelations. And then there's words on adaptation. I'm not going to get into it because it's fucking deep, but fuck. Yes. Yeah. CJT. The other comments have covered a lot of interesting tidbits, like the foils Echidna and Roswaal serve for Subaru's mother and father respectively, so I also wanted to add another intriguing idea to that pile. Having seen this other side to Satella, the taboo for RBD itself is recontextualized. Subaru can't intentionally reveal his authority to others, not as a means to isolate and torture him, but to prevent people like Roswaal from taking advantage of him and using him to their ends. They could even theoretically keep Subaru alive to try and update the checkpoint and make things permanent. They'd certainly want to prevent him from coming back stronger the next loop. And if you knew that you could find somebody who would return to you and you could figure out some way of getting them to learn tomorrow's lottery ticket numbers and then return to today and organize some figuring out that would allow you to torture them into revealing those lottery ticket numbers to you today so you could go to the lottery and get those numbers and then win a bunch of money, you might do that. Especially if it was like a world-altering lottery ticket where the winning of the ticket meant changing the world in a way that you think is fundamentally necessary and right and good. You might use that person with that power as a means to your end, because after all, that end is world-altering and they're just one person. Easy sacrifice. After finishing the season, I would highly advise you to check out the anime's cut content. Maybe. We'll see. And Vardic, Roswaal is a really good antagonist, both because he is a foil for Subaru and also because he isn't a generic one-dimensional villain. In a lot of ways, he reminds me of Bone Druid. Yeah, which is definitely my favorite villain of all media. They both sacrifice others, yes, but first and foremost, they already sacrifice themselves to become more than human to create a future they may not even see. And take it a step further, they are actively doing manipulative things outside the knowledge of the people that they're manipulating to push them toward ends that the character with power and knowledge believes are correct without the consent of the person involved, thereby using them as a means to an end instead of an end in themselves. And functionally, they could accomplish those goals by communicating and negotiating with the person, but at core, they don't trust anyone but themselves, and so they refuse to tell the person that they're manipulating what they're trying to accomplish, even if doing so might lead to the consent of that party. Because for Bone Druid's case, certain people might have sacrificed themselves for Bone Druid knowingly and intentionally, and that would have honestly made it okay. Still fucked up, still destructive, still murderous, but murderous with consent is very different than doing it by locking children in a cage and seeing what happens, right? And similarly, Roswaal could have talked to Subaru in a number of interesting ways in order to communicate that he needs him to become a certain type of person. And Subaru might have been down, yeah? Like if Roswaal was able to explain shit and be like, hey, I've got this book. It says that the future is going to be really fucking bad if you don't get your shit together. Are you down to get your shit together? Subaru might go, fuck it, bro. I'm down to get my shit together. But Roswaal goes, he'll never listen to me. He'll never listen to me. So what must I do? I must be maniacal. I must torture him. I must make him and shape him and mold him into what I need him to be. He'll never get there on his own. That's wrong. It's fundamentally wrong. It's wrong to do to any of these characters, and it's a thing that parents actually really do to their children all the fucking time, and it's wrong. What it does is it says, you don't have agency, and if I gave you the option to make choices for yourself, you would make the wrong choices. So I'm going to make the choices for you. I'm God. I get to choose. It's wrong. It's fundamentally incorrect. You can communicate those things to people. You can treat them like they're people. Like they have agency. That's really the line that's crossed here by Roswaal, I think. And by Bone Druid, too, I think. It's truly the line. Very good point, Vardic. Okay. We're going to call it there for comments and spotlightings. How far in are we? 25 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. And I'm going to scribble a Scrabble. See how it goes. I don't know how many fucking lines are on a chessboard. I'm going to get it wrong. That's fine. All that matters is that it's a grid. Right? Yep, that is exactly how it feels. Single black pawn on a blank board. There. I thought that this figure was going to be like a deity looming over the board representing Roswaal, and instead it's a character with their head in their hands. Because he's playing black, and that's his only piece left, isn't it? That's what it is that that piece is so close to our side of the board, but we don't see how many pieces are on this side. Like, too many. It's like an endless army, maybe. Or maybe it's nothing. But to him, it's enough to cause despair. Whether it's real or legitimate or not. Whether he's actually broken or not. Despair. Interesting drawing for the day. Not what I expected to draw. Fascinating when that happens. Alright, here we go. Season 2, Cour 2, Episode 1, aka Season 2, Episode 14, aka I've lost count. I don't know what episode this is. Who cares? We're gonna watch more ReZero. It's gonna be great. I'm excited and mostly terrified. Let's go see what Otto and Subaru cook up with Patrash as their plan. Fucking figure this whole crazy clusterfuck out. 2 versions, PiP in the description, timer on YouTube. Sorry for the delays recently. Life is hard. Early access on the Patreon. And I don't have the episode downloaded because I'm an idiot. Beep beep timer. Yeah! Let me see you grit those teeth! Five. Otto is just speaking to me right now. And I needed it. Fuck. Using his head, too. Let's go. Yes! Yes, actually. Fuck, bro. We get pathetic from Otto? Oh, shit! Bro knows judo, too! But you a real one. Damn. Damn. Because it has to be me, though. But you're not allowed to. It has to be all my strength, though. I'm not allowed to have friends. Yeah, but you're not allowed to, though. Oh, attachment. Anxious avoidant attachment styles. Fuck! All you need to find are people who actually support you and fulfill your needs. Like real friends. Shit. God, this is so brutal. We can stop here and talk for an hour. You want to stop here and talk for an hour? We can just talk for an hour. He might. Maybe you could start at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. If I do that, you'll know that I'm vulnerable and weak. That's what it means, isn't it? Fuck, Otto. Why are you the best, bro? I can return by death. Are you gonna be able to say it? There's no way. There's no way. Has his inability to speak it been released? Oh, you might, he just needed to tell him about this. And this is a different loop, so... Wait, or is it? No, it is this loop again. It's still here. He said all that shit, so he knows and he knows. So we're talking for real, for real. Oh, holy shit. New soundtrack. Whoa. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. It's all the real actions that matter. You stop fucking with me. Oh! Oh! You throw away your wish and become a part of mine. You become my ally. I love. Yeah, but would you do it? Yeah, but you don't think I'll win. You don't think I'll win. So why would you ever, like, why not, bro? Not in this life. That's pretty convenient. If no harm, no foul. If no harm, no foul, then no harm, no foul. Fuck, that's so stupid sick. Why isn't this at the end of the core? Stupid. Greedy baby. Yeah, I am. Where do you think I got it from, bro? Ah! God, this is so like the rap point. Yeah. What? What? What a badass thing to say! Groundwork for the next me. He's thinking about the future. Yeah. I have no idea what we just did, but we're gonna do it. Thanks, man. Okay. Yeah, sure, bro. Yeah, you say what you want, fucker. So now it hits. There we go. Straight bet. Fuck you, show. This just got so much cooler than it was. I'm so tempted to pause and just like squee about this because ReZero has never hit me good until this moment. It has never hit me right until this moment. All y'all ReZero fans, it's never hit me right. I've been trying real hard for it too. But I finally just bought it. Stuck in a trauma cycle, right? It won't work out the way that you want. Good job, Otto. Well, but she doesn't know all of it. You're not a very good strategist. And not a very good strategist. It's Otto's strategy. So, what's the ulterior purpose of the bet? Because we could have just done it and not told Roswaal. What are you going to check in on? We're doing cutesy music. Hmm. You were trying to carry the burden without finding out what it is. Right? He was trying to carry her burdens without finding out even what they were, without even caring. Shit. Fuck. This is so baller. Otto has just skyrocketed into favorite character territory. Hello, Ryuzu-san. Or OG. Yeah, I've been here before, lady. No, you just know what you know. Huh? Yeah, we're in a battle. Asking for help becomes asking for help, huh? I could do that? Whoa. Not authority. Request. Spell it out. Don't misinterpret things, ding dong. Yeah, why'd you murder me? Hey. She know. I think he's a pretty spicy tiger. It doesn't mean we can't. Same with Roswaal, right? I want you to join me is his ask. Like not you'll be my enemy, get out of my way forever. Oh, he wants to know more. He wants to know more. It's the same answer as before. It's like stop rejecting, start looking for answers, for questions, for information. Vessel. Yontai. Oh yeah, they all have names. The ones that have individuality do. A, B. A, B. But part of what you were doing is talking to different ones that didn't know what each other knew. Fuck, this is so weird! So you cycle out. Shifts, trades. Oh, one of them is working at cross purposes with the others. They're not aligned. And is running her own little fucked up strategy cult thing. Whoa, that's a lot of layers. He tried the trial, so that's why he's so wrapped up in it. And then Ryuzushima tried something and has been doing stuff since. Yeah. And whatever else he might have seen. Only Francesca? Or, sorry, Frederica, fuck. Sorry. Uh-huh. Hmm. 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 Wow. Yeah, how complicated people are. Yeah, what that feeling actually was is again our theme here. It's like misunderstanding what is really going on under the surfaces of people leads us to. Oh! Leads us to mistaken interpretations. This is the cute. Emilia Todd! Disney. But it's in a funny way, It's in a funny because it's integrated. That's what we did, though. That's what we did. We overcame sloth, and so we can overcome sloth. Holy shit, the metaphors are aligned. Ah, and the same thing with what he doesn't know about Gar indicates what he doesn't know about her to scratch the surface. Yeah, do you want to talk about your dreams? Oh, can I fight in your battlefield? Can we be in the same corner? And she can't. But maybe. Yeah, it hurts too much. And she starts. No pressure, no pressure. Yeah, it was. And so we tangle like thread, like silk. We can pull out some of the truth, some of the core, some of the depth, some of the pain, where Puck is. Yeah. Yeah. She can't connect with Puck until she talks about this, too. And finally, we sit down and we can communicate. We meet in the middle, balanced. Fuck! And you don't remember that it was you, that it might have been. Memories that she couldn't unlock until now. It's okay. Yeah, don't push too hard. We can pause and we can rewind. We're going to talk about the remote control of the mind. It's so important. Uh huh. In the OVA that we saw. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fucking clown boy. And gave her that? Fucking clown boy! Oh no, you've got the purest and simplest of goals. That's pure and simple. It's a selfish reason, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it makes it more noble to sacrifice for something small. He's seeing her. It's the first time anyone's seen her. She can rest. The only person she's been able to share with has been Puck, and he's not here. Of course. Protected. Oh, hi, bud. You're around, bro. What the fuck? Yeah. Even if calling you seemed like it was by threatening you. Dream. A dream that we haven't awakened. He's here! Baku! The return of the boy! Return of the mech! Get it what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is! Oh, he's tiny. Hello, little one. Weak. What? You were doing what? You were doing what? I'll have to leave? You'll have to be alone? Whoa, Puck, why? He's leaving her alone. What the fuck? This is clearly to the one whose love for you is second only to mine, Subaru. Right? What? Has he been freezing her memories? He's been freezing her memories to protect her from herself. Yeah. It's gonna hit you really fucking hard, love. Mother? Yeah, he's been providing a mental block, a dam against her emotions, a plug in the wall. That's why I've been protecting you, I'm sorry. And now your heart breaks. Is next episode gonna be all Emilia's dreams? Alright, Baku bro. Wow, very real. Thank you. Sure, man. Whatever you say. Hi. Oh. Oh. We shall see. Didn't break, it just cracked really bad. Ah, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. He's the one, man. Can she recognize it? Yeah, maybe. You asked, she asked. Yeah. Sorry for asking for what you need. That's easy. Yeah. Yeah, that's easy. I'll believe with you. Uh-huh. And I'll believe with you. And we'll fight those enemies together. It's the opposite of what Roswaal did. I talked about it at the beginning. Fighting those enemies, manipulating you two without your consent. Whoa, who the fuck? Is that Mom? That kind lie that they wanted to protect you? What the fuck? The memories return. He's not there. Subaru, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You had one job. Subaru, you liar. She left in the night because he left? Why wasn't Subaru there? He should have known better. Like, but why did he leave at all? He said he would stay. It's not something that he would do sillily. Is she here? She came here. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't fucking know. It's open. I have no idea. Is this a trap? I don't think so. No, those are the same cups. It is a trap! Hiya. Had to follow some of them through. I have no idea what the fuck that means, Otto. Oh, she went here. Yeah, we're gonna dive into these memories. Ah. Where did you go last night? Oh, he's all beat up. He was out fighting enemies. I'm just gonna let that happen, actually. I never ever do that. I'm straight up just gonna let it play. I'll cut it on the edit. I'm just gonna let it play. I never do that. It just did it on its own. Fuck. Like, I want to stop and talk about it and discuss it all, but it's not what's happening. We're just ending up watching it. I was gonna just watch the one episode, but this has convinced me otherwise. Whoa! He got it! Oh, all sorts of conspiratorial plans. Let's go, Otto. Get fucked. And then... What? The entire forest? I guess Otto is dope as fuck. Who knew? Otto did. Thank you, Otto. Alright, let's turn our focus to Emilia, baby. Oh shit, what? Oh. He's hypersensory. He's maybe autistic. Oh. The soul of language, divine protection. But it's brutal. The faded out nature of the world is so... So until he gets found by someone who can see him, he can't be seen. A merchant. Wah! Ah. Hello, I am a real boy. Please stop treating me like I can't understand you. Fascinating. Didn't expect that we'd be diving into Otto backstory of all people. So he learned his own ways of communicating as someone else distinct and different. Snap back to reality? Nope. Spirits? He can speak to spirits? Oh, he can speak to the animals. Oh, he can speak to all the animals. It was just too much. He wasn't comprehending anything. I love that the bugs have, like, big beaver boy voices. Because you think they'd be like, squeak, squeak, we're bugs, squeak! But will it become a curse or a freaky curse? Yeah, don't show people your power. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Fuck, and his relationship with all the goddamn land dragons has been set up from the beginning. Shit, kiddo. He's gonna tell him he doesn't. To protect himself. He's gonna tell him he doesn't. No, of course I can't. That's so silly. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. No! Never mind! But then, that's gonna be a freak out moment. No, 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 no! Oh, shit! That's a lot of bugs! Fuck. My friends! Fuck. So we got this as the sealed away thing instead of the Emilia sealed away thing? Wild. I was what? You wanna see a Zoda bougie freak? Oh shit. Do you want to find out the truths? Yeah. What? Wait. So what is the truth? Wait, yeah, that's not gonna do well. My guy. Can't use your thing to... yeah, you fucked that up, dude. I'm glad you got out alive. Holy shit. So then you don't reveal your power. Become a merchant. Work hard. Yeah. Wow, what a... Are we gonna kill Otto? We can't kill Otto. That'd be fucked. Show? Show, this character development better not be in the Garfield kills Otto realm. Ganpare Otto! Ike Otto! Right up until the moment you met the boys. What? Oh shit. This is familiar. Otto. Otto? Bugs! He escapes! He's gonna escape, isn't he? Or does he get turned? Oh! The homeboy! We found him! The boss kid? So all the way back here. All the way back here. No, thanks Subaru. Ricardo! That is his name, right? What a beast. Man. Fuck. Oh, goddamn. Helplessness into gratitude. Oh, whoa. And then when you spoke... Fuck. Careful, bro. It's fucked. Run away. Alright, Bugs, can you make me fly? Can I fly? You better do it right. You better not die, Otto. What? What was that? Run, motherfucker! Don't you sacrifice yourself for us! My dude. Dude, he's doing his own protagonist journey. Where's the Otto story? That's the story that I actually care about. Fuck. Let's go. Fuck off, Garbo. You are Garbo. Boom. Damn right you were. Let's go. Otto, if you fucking die for this, I'm gonna be so pissed. Sick. We finally get to use the music. We never get to use it. Ugh. I wish we got to use it more. Alright, what's the next plan, man? You gotta have more. You gotta have more than that. But at least Gar is still underestimating him, right? He hasn't gone full transform. Ow. Ow. Tumble, 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 tumble. He already did. He already did, dumbass. He already did. He's a beast. Waiting for the other shooter drop, huh? Huh? Oh! 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 Let's go! We set up for a real fight. Let's go, Otto. Good job. Yeah, you're mean. Oh, oh, oh. But, huh, in my own way. You think he's worth trusting that much? Yeah, I guess not. Yeah! Yeah! He's the soil. Yeah, but you're just being a tune. You actually love it. Yes, yes. No, it's all true. Yeah, what do you see in him? Yeah. Hey, she actually just complimented him. She just said that there's a good thing that he has. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, pat, we'll take it. We'll take it, dude. Yeah, don't you dare. He got it too! What a hostile way to hide your shyness. Alright, buddy. Hulk out and fight your girlfriend. Kinda hot. Go on, Ram. Now this is hot. Bad boy. Down. Bad kitty. Yeah, bad kitty. Bigger doesn't mean better, Kit Kat. Beat him up. Yeah, Ram. Let's go. This is so cathartic. Ah, fuck, what was that? Oh, is that the horn? Huh? Yeah, all the power of all the beasts. Regret. This is fun. I think this is pretty crazy. Oh, and so now we cut over to here. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. Okay, we're past the halfway point. I thought this would be the whole episode. Wow, we're titling the episode? Or the section? Get forced back as hard. You mean like being in here? She's not computing very much. She's mad at herself. Aww. Yeah, so why did you leave in the middle of the night? Oh. Oh. Are you not angry because you don't care? Is it because you don't care? Oh, because it's all you expect. Be mad for me, be angry, be disappointed, be sad. And why didn't you stay by my bedside? Abandonment anxiety. Needs not fulfilled when asked. Needs not fulfilled. Shattered attachments. She leans on him but then doesn't. She leans on him but then isn't. Finally. Is that where you went last night? He's doing it. He's being that mean in the way that she kind of asked for. And it's not actually what he thinks. Yeah. You forgot that part. All in his eyes. I know, dude. Oh, he's throwing it. He's doing the ram, right? I'm sorry, the rem. Right? Like the I love this about you, I love this about you, I love this about you. The same thing that he learned when he was at his worst and she saved him. Shit. I'm seeing you. It's the exact time for it. Love. I love you. Yeah, that's what that mean, dum dum. Bonk bonk, ding dong, skibbity wibbity. That's what it means. But that's what it means. But that's what it means. I love you. Shit, man. Greedy, even. And then said that you love them. Correct. That's why I see you. Yes, yes. Have actually, repeatedly. Still showing up. She's gone really blank in the eyes. We finally get it out. Like Satella. Holy shit! Why did you leave last night? Fuzzy, fuzzy. Fuzzy, fuzzy, can't get through, can't communicate. Then why'd you leave last night? You haven't even asked what she meant by that. Oh? You can't tell her? Yeah. You left. You betrayed my trust. Can't forgive that. It's not all about this. It's about that too. Painful ones. But you're not even yourself if you don't have all your memories. Scary. Yeah, will I still be me? Yeah, she's struggling with her identity and can't see that you will embrace her despite, like, whichever side you end up on. However you end up. That's right, you are loved. But that can hurt. Empathy, empathy, empathy. Yes, see the reflections. But can you convey that? I'll still love you. Okay, he's holding to it. That's good. That's a hell of a promise. Yeah, when you haven't kept that one. When are we going to get her eyes cleared? We've been holding this eyes thing the whole time. Oh, I don't know about that, man. That's very scary. Oh, kiss that we intend? Yeah. Yeah. Then fucking dodge it. I'm not gonna ask permission. You dodge. Nah, that's what I thought. And it's not in a hell loop. Yo, but if we lose this loop, nobody better fucking die. We have to win this loop. Now it matters. Now it matters a lot. Damn right. And maybe she can finally hear it. Will her eyes be clear? 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 Clear eyes, clear eyes, clear eyes. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch. I love you, bitch. You heard it finally, huh? You. Uh-huh. Like you're not yourself. If we cut to her and he is finally framed in her eyes, then come on, still fuzzy. Fuck. This visual element has to get landed. I'm gonna be so pissed. And he used the lines, okay, he conveys it. In your corner, fighting the same enemies with you. Damn. Damn. I'd love to be that for you. Love to be that for you. I don't think so. And I don't think it was Puck either. It was a Band-Aid. She's not gonna look up and see him. Her eyes won't go clear. Will they? Ah! Yeah! Let's fucking go! It took fucking forever. They held it until the last moment. Ah, they did it though. They fucking did it. They fucking did it. Fucking did it. And we come outside. Hi, Gar. Ah, shit, did you murder everybody? Hey, Gar? Did you kill Otto and Ram? I really hope you didn't. Okay, can we talk about the best nailed piece of visual language that we've seen in ReZero so far, ever? Because it's like, God, they fucking sweet and bitched it too, right up until the very fucking end. It's like, wow, it's not gonna happen, and she blinks and he's there. It's like, you know what? I would love to help you find your reason for existence. And she looks down at Puck. It's like, wonder why Puck left. Oh, maybe because Puck knows that there's somebody real for you to lean on, and Puck doesn't want to be like the Band-Aid holding you together just barely, when you could actually move forward and become stronger and more serious and better and more significant and real. Yeah, like, what if? What if in the midst of a spiral where you've lost your identity, where you're becoming somebody that you're not, where you're changing? Because Emilia's going through change, and it's fantastical change in this story, right? It's like she's becoming a person that she already was, but we all go through change in our real lives, and this is a real threat and struggle in every relationship. What if I'm not me anymore? Because, well, are you the same person that you were 5 years ago? Probably not. Will you be the same person that you are 5 years from now? Probably not. So how can you enter into a committed relationship when you're not going to be the same person that you're going to be, and they're not going to be the same person that they're going to be? Probably you're going to have to figure that one out. Probably you're going to have to commit to loving that person even if they change, and to trusting them that the directions in which they change will not make them someone you can't love. Emilia can't trust herself. She can't trust Subaru because he took actions that he says he cannot explain to her. That puts us as audience members in a weird position because I expect that I would be privy to that information. Like, I wonder what Subaru did. That way I could forgive him and I could know what he did. But no, instead, we don't get to know. We have to just trust Subaru in the same way that Emilia just has to trust him. Because what is trust worth if it is only there when you can see the other person and it's obvious that they're following what you want them to do? Trust is what you need when they do something that you don't expect, that's surprising, that feels wrong and off and broken and incorrect to you. That's when you need trust. That's when you need to be able to hold it together. That's when you need compassion and grace and the ability to see each other. And that's what this is. This is a screaming match of two people trying to get their selves across to each other. And finally reaching it by leaning on messages and lessons and wisdom from the past. From his mother. This whole episode is about seeing and being seen and being heard, about using your strengths for others, about recognizing those strengths in yourself, even when others don't, about pushing through for things that are worthwhile, about being reborn in emotion and in change. Otto's portion of the story is so excellent. The flashbacks are so excellent, and they lead into him being so badass and cool. Love and trust for someone who has saved you and helped you, and the desire to return it. This whole episode, in many ways, is about attachment theory. If you don't know what attachment theory is psychologically, you need to look it up. In simple terms, it says that the way that our caretakers take care of us when we're young produces the ways that we will attach to people in the future. And there are lots of categories of it. And the goal for everyone is getting to secure attachment styles. But many of us are anxious and avoidant, broken in our attachment styles because when we had needs when we were young, our parents couldn't provide them for us, or didn't provide them for us in the right ways. We get that in Otto, and we get it in Emilia even more poignantly over both of these episodes. But it is what we get right here. Emilia is terrified that she's done something to push him away, because when your needs aren't met and people betray you, it's your fault. Emilia has had everyone lie to her and leave her and abandon her, and she expects that everyone will do that. And so she abandons herself and her own emotions too. She cannot attach securely. And so Subaru has to be able to see that and work around it and push through and find ways of expressing his love and truth to her that actually land, because they don't land right. And then he has to be poignantly aware of the events and actions that he takes and how those might echo and ripple and have effects in Emilia. So much of this feels like so hard for me to look at and so necessary for me to look at, because it feels directly, like so poignantly related to my own relationship. The person that I'm dating has some struggles, some real ones, that they have trouble sharing. And that sometimes they spiral out in ways where I can't reach them. Where it feels like I'm screaming at blank eyes, or like I'm yelling my love into a void. And sometimes like I need to express what Subaru expresses. That I don't hate you. That I love you from the outset, and that it doesn't go the other way. It's not that I can love you because I choose to accept your flaws. It's that I can accept your flaws because I choose to love you. The whole time, seen and seeing is the word that comes to my mind for the episode. Subaru comes in here, and he comes in here prepared, and he steps into this space that only she is supposed to be in, this trial space, right? This ethereal space where nobody else can be. He's granted something of the permission to come in here, but he's still not safe here. So he comes in and there's pain going on already. Just to step into the space, it causes him repulsion and pain, and he pushes through it because love. And the whole time when he looks at her, in his eyes are her. He's full of her and seeing only her. He's not seeing an image of her or a facsimile. He's not gazing off into some distance or seeing some lie. He's looking at her and wanting to see her and wanting to hear her. He doesn't deny what she expresses to him. He doesn't overwhelm her with his emotions, except to get them through her skull because she's hurting herself. Her tears are painful for him to watch, and he engages with her in this space because he sees her and he loves her. He sees her and he loves her, and so when she expresses a need to have him disappointed, he says those words and then undercuts them by saying, "And I might feel all those things, but I love you." Don't you get it? That's what it means. That's what it means. When she says, of course, yes, it only makes sense. You would hate me for all these stupid, foolish things that I've done. He turns back, and with her in his eyes, and eyes clear and sharp, he says, "And I love you." And she goes, wait, but you were supposed to say, "And I do all these things wrong, and that's why you hate me." And he goes, "You do all these things wrong, and I love you. The two things don't have any bearing on each other, because I love you, you're perfect, you're also broken, and those things they're not mutually exclusive. The gem you're holding is beautiful and shattered, and beautiful and shattered. One doesn't contradict the other. They just are, Emilia. And you, beautiful and shattered, and only finding out now how much, and it's scary, and you don't know what it means, and it's torturous. You don't know who you're going to become, and I don't either. And that's really scary. And it's been scary from the outset of our story, right? Because from the beginning of our story, we've expressed that Emilia is the potential embodiment and vessel of the Witch of Envy, the greatest of evils, right? It's been implied since the outset, at least in my mind and my take on the story, that Emilia will eventually become Satella. And the question will be whether Subaru can love her then. Can you love someone who embodies all of the witches? That's the idea that we sort of fiddled with at the beginning of this episode. Emilia is a person, and as a person, she is an embodiment of all the aspects of people. And the aspects of people, in terms of this framework, are all of the witches. The names that they embody, and the actualities that they seem to be denied by those names. Lust, gluttony, greed, envy, sloth, wrath, pride. Embodying those and becoming them, accepting them, integrating them, incorporating them, that's our story, right? Like, it's the nature of incorporating the pieces of them that are most strongly associated with Subaru himself. Pride first, the rest to come, I'm sure. Greed is one that he's also incorporated most recently over these last couple of episodes, and that we talked about very strongly with Roswaal in the last episode. You sure are greedy. And Subaru goes, "You're damn right, and I integrate with and utilize my greed. It's a part of me that I no longer reject and am instead incorporated with," right? Like, that's the story that we're in. Subaru fought pride, defeated pride, has his pride still, but is like in incorporated interaction with it. Subaru sat down at the table with greed and negotiated with her, and has come out of it still greedy, not rejecting his greed, not tearing himself apart and sacrificing everything, but instead embracing his greed and what good parts of it are good. So he comes in and he sees Emilia. He sees all of the flaws in her, and he accepts her in this moment. And that is what leads us to that kiss. A real first kiss that makes this arc, this loop, this portion actually worth protecting now. Because up until now, it was just another loop and another try again. But now we've done something that we can't do again. Feels like this is stuck and important. That's potent and powerful, and I fucking love it. We're gonna dive to the next episode. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say I am so sorry if it feels like the discussion for these episodes doesn't hit par. I don't know how to do. I'm just trying my best, and usually we would do the discussion in between, but it felt like the episode just started playing after the previous episode, so I just kept going with it. It was fucking perfect. I'm gonna use the bathroom, and we'll talk about episode 14, and then we'll wrap the whole thing. Okay, I think I can point to the core Otto backstory and say, without being dismissive toward it, that it's just a great piece of backstory in and of itself that is emblematic of who Otto is as a character, reveals some stuff that we didn't really know about him and his powers, and also the difficulties of dealing with those. It has great framing, and you can see it as patterned toward autism or many other learning disabilities, and how those can actually end up becoming boons and benefits to people as they recognize them and become more in tune with them. And then it all comes back to this opening portion. I think that whole chunk, which is most of the episode, is really great, and we're not going to talk about it besides what I just said, okay? Sorry if Otto is your favorite character. He's kind of mine. I fucking love it. We got to talk about this beginning portion. Otto steps in and does the best thing that a friend can do, which is be a bit of a dick to his friend in a way that he needs him to be. He undercuts him, finally shows him in a mirror, because he knows what it feels like. You're fucking yourself over. Lost your temper, but forgot to pay attention to your footing is so right on for my existence. Not with losing your temper, but with like just getting emphatic or engaged in something. I do it all the time. I've done it these last couple of weeks. I get excited sometimes I get excited before really sizing up the job. And happens all the time. It's also just a part of the flow of being me. I get engaged in something and kind of hyper-focused on it and chug down that direction for a while. And then I create like a wake of trash and hurricane and like a mess behind me that eventually catches up to me and bowls me over and everything falls out from underneath me. Getting too emotional and forgetting to pay attention to your footing nails me. Just sums you up perfectly, doesn't it? Pathetic. And throws him around. Judo throws him around. It's really all the strength that you have. And he calls him out. You're putting on this tough act. And that's fine. It's fine to put on a tough act. But it better stop there. Because at a certain point, you got to recognize that you're a finite human being and you have to take care of yourself. You have to reach out for help. That you know that you're not capable of all of those things. That you can't bear the weight of the world on your shoulders alone. So if you want to look good for the people that you care about, if you want to be the hero, then take the time to rest. Take the time to step back. Take the time to lean on other people. I needed this. Why didn't you just accept someone's help? Why don't you accept your own? Would be the one that lands for me. I needed this. Last week I didn't record anything. The week before that, only a couple of things. Before that, for a couple of months I've been spinning, like struggling. Trying to look cool and be the hero and push through. To be consistent for the people who rely on my content. To make things that are good and cool and wonderful. And I needed to take a break. I needed to take the time to enable myself to be that person. So that I could sit down today and actually record this video and record it well. And not feel broken doing it. So I hear Otto here in a way where, like, I probably needed to hear this a few weeks ago, but I probably wouldn't have been able to. And only having hit the wall and felt the torment and kind of been thrown on my ass by reality, can I lay there on my back and look up and actually see him and sort of actually hear it. It's another element of Subaru finally seeing people in his eyes, yeah? So just accept someone's help. Someone like a friend. And here we get back to attachment styles because it's really important. And Subaru says, but I did. I asked. I've done it and it hasn't worked. Because that is what produces that kind of an attachment style. I just got chocolate all over me. Gross. If someone goes through life and they express their needs, and those needs don't get met, that sets up a pattern for them. When I express my needs, they're not going to get met. So that person is going to stop expressing their needs. Simple as can be. It didn't work. I can't rely on other people. And Otto's answer is the only answer. It's not a great one, right? But it is the only answer. You have to keep trying until you find people who will respect you, who will try to meet your needs. And if you find yourself in a situation where you're around people and you know from experience that having asked them for their help before, they will not meet your needs, they're not your friends. Because that's what being a friend means. We've talked about that definition before, but it is the definition of friendship that matters to me. People who are invested on their own volition in meeting the needs of the other person that they consider themselves friends of. That's what it means to be a friend. That's all it means to be a friend. Doesn't mean to be around the person, doesn't mean to live near them, doesn't mean to do nice things for them. It means meeting their needs and having an invested interest in doing so, and having that be a mutual feeling. You didn't ask me. So finally, he's able to express that his head is full of knots. That he doesn't believe that you'll believe him even, because a need that people often have is just to be heard, and people don't hear each other. So it's like, well, you'll never hear me. Nobody's ever heard me. Nobody listens. Why don't you give it a shot? If I sit here and I tell you that I am listening, that I'm willing to hear, maybe we can untangle some of those knots. Spit it all out. Spit out all the knots, and the light comes through. First, the light came through in the shadows of the tea time world, as Subaru realized that maybe, just maybe, people could like him. And that light actually shines through as he sees the people around him, and they provide their own light that shines into his world. Subaru makes a crazy fucking bet, and I don't understand it. But it's more like a statement of intent for us than it is really a bet against Roswaal. Unless there's something about it that he expects Roswaal will do or change. But I'm not sure. There are a bunch of elements and lines. Your enemy has become the strongest card in play because that's a mirror of what he wanted it to be. Fascinating. I don't understand. But the straight bet is fucking badass, y'all. Meeting Roswaal at that same clown smile, not getting shattered and broken by his insanity. Fucking awesome. And then, at the core of it, this whole time Subaru has been trying to bear this weight, trying to figure out a way to solve the trial, trying to figure out every element of it and be there for Emilia. But without seeing her, without hearing her, without trying to understand what it is that she's going through. He went through his own variant of the trial, came out of it just fine, and has been acting like that's as easy as it is. He's never gone and talked to her about what it felt like, what she's going through, recognizing that she's having a much harder experience. So this time he does. He sets everything out there in the world in place, communicates with everyone he needs to. It's very interesting. Find out a bunch about the other Ryuzus, about Gar's own past. And that leads us into communicating with Emilia, trying to open the floor to her, to tell us, to express it. She does, and so we can sit here. We can actually see her, actually hear her, hold her as she struggles. And right here, at this point, I want to bring up a tool that I think is, it's going to be the last thing that we talk about, but it's a physical, it's a psychological tool that's presented as a piece of The Whole Brain Child, and there's another book by the author of The Whole Brain Child that is specifically about this tool, but let's just run it through really quickly because it's extremely useful. They call it the remote control of the mind, or the VCR of the brain, of the memory. And how it works is, you find a memory that's traumatic and difficult for you to engage with. We start a little bit before the memory, okay? And we give you a metaphorical remote control. Here you go. Here's the remote control. You have it. It's got a play pause button, and it can fast forward and it can rewind. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to start a little bit before the memory, and we're going to play. And you walk me through the events that lead up to it, and at any time, if you feel uncomfortable, you press pause. And if there's something that you can't look at, we fast forward until you can get to it. So for Emilia, that might be, I was living in the forest with my family and my mom. Let's pause. Whoa. Okay, let's pause. Let's rewind. You were living in the forest with your family. What did it look like? We take a step back. Okay. Now you ready to play again? I was living in the forest with my family and my mom, Mother Fortuna, and begin to unpack and untangle those knots. Just like Otto did for Subaru, Subaru does for Emilia. And just like Rem did for Subaru, expressing all the things that she loved about him, in the moment when he couldn't see himself and couldn't have compassion for himself, Subaru does for Emilia. Pushing through and expressing that love. Seeing her, hearing her. And in that moment, when he's able to express his love, he calls for Puck, kind of by threatening her. Puck emerges and abandons her. Inexplicably. Consciously trying to break our contract. Why? When you're her only bastion of safety. When you're her only tie to feeling okay. Maybe because he knows that that's not a way for her to move forward. Maybe because he trusts finally that she's in the hands of someone who can actually care for her. Maybe because in opening his eyes and seeing Emilia, Subaru has finally proven himself to Puck. It hurts a lot to see this girl in tears. It hurts a lot to see someone you love hurting. But you can't just fix it or bowl past it. People are complicated. It's not easy to be a hero who saves people. It takes a lot of effort, because it's never you. Monogatari knows that better than this show does. It's never you. You can't save people. But you can be there for them. You can help them. You can listen to them. You can see them. And you can love the person that you see. You can see them in fullness, not some facsimile. Not the me that lives within your mind, but the real you. The real them. Not an image, but a person. Not a goddess, not an ideal, but a person. Flawed and broken and beautiful. And needing love. So Subaru finds a way to give it. And to get it back. Hell of a cool pair of episodes. Can't wait to see the discussions in the comments. Hit me in the comments for your discussions. I'm going to tap now because my brain is fried. Thank you so much for watching ReZero with me. My brain is fried. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time for more. Much love. Peace.